this workshop with the presence of Professor Paul Jorge, Rector of the University of Aveiro.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you for inviting me to this first workshop of CICECO on artificial intelligence and materials design. And I would like to start by thanking all our guests, all 7 of them, from several universities and institutions that are doing research in this area all around the world. And I think it's a tremendous opportunity for us and for our researchers to be able to interact with all of them during this workshop. My background is engineering, as some of you know, and I'm familiar with artificial intelligence for a long time. In fact, the attention, the social attention that is being given to the topic today is very, very high. But in the past, I've seen this happen at least once, and maybe before my time, even another time. It's very interesting how all these cycles of attention go on with time. And right now, if I search artificial intelligence and you name the topic, there will be even books, maybe meetings, many papers about that. I think that's a tremendous opportunity for many different areas, as the power of artificial intelligence and related areas can be brought to bear on many topics. And materials design, I think, from what I see, can gain a lot, can gain tremendously from it. Design of materials seems to be an iterative, time-consuming, high-cost process, but out of it, I see so many things around us. Materials are building blocks of so many things around us, are so important from the viewpoint of energy, smart cities, communication. I've seen a conference that mimics the Internet of Things with the artificial intelligence of things. And so, setting aside the hype and concentrating with our feet on the ground on specific applications, I think there is an enormous opportunity in the future, in the near future, to develop all these ideas. So I'm sure this workshop will be very helpful for that, and I wish you a very good meeting. Thank you.
Good morning to you all. My first word is to thank the 7 guests that came from across the world to be here with us today, and thanking them for their generosity to give us their time and to answer positively the first time we contact them to be here today. And I have 3 points that I would like to address here very briefly, and the first of them is really to their benefit. Yesterday during the dinner, we were asked several times, what is CICECO? I think that most of you know what CICECO is, but we have also some people that are not from CICECO, so it's interesting to quickly give you an overview of CICECO. I don't have slides or a presentation, it's just a very brief introduction to CICECO and to the structure of the university. CICECO is the Aveiro Institute of Materials, and the University of Aveiro prouds itself of being a matricial institution. This means that we have departments that are mainly responsible for the teaching activities, and we have research institutes that are responsible for the research that is done at the university. And this makes that the research institutes, they bring together people from different departments, creating real multidisciplinary units. And CICECO has people mainly from 4 different departments or units of the university: the chemists, the physicists, the material engineers, and people from the School of Product Design. So you see that we have not only a multidisciplinary approach to materials, but also a comprehensive approach that goes from the fundamentals to the very practical applications through the engineers and working directly with companies. And this is a reality that we are working with every day, and that's why our funding that, CICECO budget is globally about 20 million euros a year. It's about 1/3 coming from company or projects with companies, 1/3 from competitive projects not directly related with companies, part from Europe, part from national government, part from regional funds. And then roughly another 1/3 comes from the universities through salaries, grants and so on. CICECO is about 500 people large. From these 500 people, 50 roughly are professors, different departments with teaching duties. And then we have 150 researchers, and many of them are here with us today. And these researchers, they can be involved in teaching, but their main duty is really the research to bring projects, and quite a number of them have their own fundings, but some of them are also hired through projects. And the rest is about 250 PhD students. We have not space for the students here today. There are a few of them that are directly involved with the film, but even the restriction of space, we do not have many of them. And then about 50 technicians. And so this gives you an idea of what CICECO is. For the last 5-6 years, we have been trying to implement this new topic of artificial intelligence on design of materials. As you know, whenever you try to implement a new topic, it takes a lag time. That usually it's longer than you would expect, but eventually things start to take off, and I think this is the moment that things have been taking off. And during our last external advisory board meeting, Clément Sanchez, that is one of our advisors, he told us that if we really want to improve this area in CICECO, that we should bring here the best people in the world to tell us about what's going on, to try to convince our researchers that this was really an important tool for them, not just for the people that were already working with artificial intelligence, but for most of people to understand that this could be used by them in their daily work. And well, I have a word of thanks here for Clément. He couldn't be here with us today, but he was the one that gave us the idea and put this in the move and help us selecting the people that are here today. So the idea here is that this becomes I suppose that most of you are familiar with the Gospel of Matthew, where it talks about the grain of mustard. That is a very small seed, the smallest of the seeds, that grows into a tree where the birds can come and shelter. And I do hope that this meeting here today is our grain of mustard, that from here we can grow a network of collaborations, and we can improve the activities of CICECO on this field, that more than just taking off, we start flying on this field. So the last word is about the rules of the game. Why did we came here? It was not just because it's difficult to find the space at the university to organize meetings, but mainly because we decided we want a very informal place where the invited guests could mingle with our researchers, and in a very informal environment that was not a place where the researchers were apart from the guests. What we want to happen during these days, mostly that you talk with each other, the guests with the guests, the guests with the researchers with the researchers, so that we create here really a network that can be profitable in the future. So we try to create an environment as informal as possible, and as you'll see during the day, this is the best that we could do to create that very informal environment. We will have lunch here, we will have at the end of the day sunset. So we brought the posters so that they could be focal points where people could create an interest and promote these discussions. So I do hope that you, invited guests, and you, researchers, will profit of this opportunity and of this environment that we try to create, so that this meeting will be as successful as we expect. And without further ado, I will invite Philip Figueiredo, that will be the chair of this first session.